Hello, my name is Adriana Medina, and I'm glad to talk to you about my experience working for Siemens a few years ago. To be more precisely, 7 years ago when we entered Siemens, and we got a little introduction, by the way, about the company. They say something like this: Siemens is a company that was born in Berlin, Germany in the year of 1847. This company began as a startup dedicated to the service of telegraphs and telecommunication messages around the country. However, today, Siemens is one of the companies most coveted around the world, focusing its technological knowledge on what is renewable energy, advanced technologies for the European continent mainly, and also for medical facilities that are built through the world. Now, Siemens arrived in Mexico approximately a little over 125 years ago in the city of Monterrey, within of the country of Mexico. It began within Cadereyta, which was strategically positioned due to the business and agreements that Siemens had with the company known as nationally as Petróleos Mexicanos or Pemex. This is where I began working for the company. I arrived there because I was working in Tampico and they offered me this new position with my boss called Heinz Peter and his wife. I can't remember her full name, but we called her Greta. Once this movement was carried out, Siemens had the task of generating renewable energy for the city of Monterrey, working hand in hand with the CFE or Federal Electricity Company. They were working for around 5 years in Cadereyta until the Pemex contract expired due to temporary reasons, and it was not renewed due to the lack of vision in matters of renewable energy for the city. This was awful. We worked with the Germany people 5 years, and we were really getting used to their culture, talking about working culture, language, food, and everything. So then we had to get separated, and in this work, I also met a lot of my best friends that today are called Sandra, Erika, and Lydia. Also, we got really close with Peter, but he is 78 years old nowadays, and the only method to contact him from Mexico to Germany is by emails. Consequently, the workers who were brought from Germany returned to their country of origin, returning their local company to which they belonged before arriving in Mexico. And they returned as a private company that had not been known until the last 10 years. According to that we were working during that time, we agreed that the best financial investment that Siemens could make in the Mexican market will be to focus on economic and effective solar energy within technological with which they have developed. In the same way, speaking of technology, focus on devices that they cannot find in Mexico, or that another part will be at a high price that will be totally unavailable for most of the investments. Also, we agreed that currently making the change from only focusing on solar energy and new technologies being a private company is that in one hand, if what you're looking for is to make a solar park, we need to buy a huge plot of land, which the state itself would like to see involved in. Issues of earnings and percentages is this the case, and not wanting to see you involved. They will prohibit you from entering because of the services that the CFE already provides to the states. We live in Mexico, and Germans face a bunch of problems with this culture. Not only with the food, for example, that is spicy or spice is not part of their daily diet, but also with politics. Peter told me on one of their conversations that if we were to list the biggest problems Siemens faces, would be corruption, great competition in the market, property space, low local investment for the new products, and also crime. We can remember while I was working there in the year of 2000, the free trade agreement Mexico-European Union was officially established. Within this were treaties that involved the negotiation between Mexico with Austria, Belgium, Spain, Finland, Holland, Ireland, Switzerland, Portugal, Germany, Denmark, France, Greece, Italy, Luxembourg, and the United Kingdom. Thanks to this treaty, Mexico, especially Pemex, managed to establish a 5-year contract in 2000 involving the generation of renewable energy sources for the state of Nuevo León, where I was working during that time. During this stage of Siemens in Mexico, renewable energies were at a point where the trend of wind, solar, and hydraulic energy was just beginning. And this made a huge impact to me. We felt in the future. And all these technologies, and even coming from an old company, was just a step for coming to the future. For this reason, it could be said that they were at a point where they were just discovering how to generate these energies, how they will work in an economic matters, and the space that they will require to be able to generate it correctly. Arriving in Mexico caused a great cultural gap in the part of Germany toward Mexicans, from things as simple as language to cultural distinctions related to work style and lifestyle. According to the Hofstede Insights, Germany has a great sense of individualism, unlike Mexicans who tend to carry out their projects or activities jointly with their teams. In the same way, this study allows you to observe what is if the country is a male or a female country due to this counterpart, and in this sense it is similar to Mexico, given that there is a 66% of masculinity and therefore machismo within German society. Regarding uncertainty avoidance, Germans care much more about the future than Mexico, with a global position of 65 among those who are most concerned about the future. These are quantitative data that can be differentiated between both countries. But it is never necessary to remove the subjective, those customs and way of being each one. When we used to talk and trying to understand a little bit more about how was the German's life, Edward, one of our main bosses, told us that the company born as part of the European economy, generating by its workers around $200,000 to $300,000 annually. However, upon arriving to Mexico, they forced to receive a slightly lower pay given to the economy that the country could offer them by generating within their positions, reduced to the net salary by $75,000 to $150,000 annually. Siemens worked mainly with the secondary and tertiary sectors, providing on one hand what are technology centers, renewable energy plants, and medical facilities. However, Siemens, with the help of its technology, offers you services such as servers, internet connection points, connection ports, and among a wide variety of services that it has to offer. This is a summary of all that we were working on the last years working in Siemens, and thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.